and gentlemen, welcome to the longest running daily variety show.
Looking for another way to ease my mind and know my living.
The Mark Inspire Show. We're at it again. Day 1794 in a row. Guys, we are just 6 days away from 1,800 days in a row live. Bilbo Ballbag, how are you? Good to see you. Nothing like starting the show with a Bilbo Ballbag username on TikTok, you know. But hey, guys, that's how the show goes sometimes. Good username, by the way. You know, sometimes when people are coming up with usernames, you can't find a good one. I used to go with You're a Chooch. I kind of like that one. But you could do it. You can go out there and you can come up with a good one, like Bilbo Ballbag, you know, Baggins. We had a couple Shits and Giggles was here for a bit. We haven't seen her in a little while, but that was an awesome one too. That's a great username. I couldn't believe she came up with that one. It was like, cool name. Welcome to the welcome. You know, guys, when you're here and the welcome is welcome wagon, you know, Trish Killian, S. Coop, Modoc. I'm looking. I think I saw, let me go over here to the main screen real quick. Yep, I see A Plays kicking it in the house. It looks like right now there's 5 votes. Not a lot. I just put this poll up over here on YouTube. It's, should I play one of my original songs? Should I play a live improv loop? You know, you guys just jamming. We're jamming. The third option is a cover song looping on the BeatSeat. I invented the only drum in the world for guitar players. You can go to BeatSeat.rocks and pick one up. If you guys are on TikTok and I see some fam and friends starting to join over there, head over to YouTube, please, and just subscribe. Even if you can't hang out there and you want to hang out on TikTok, we will be reading the 1775 Bible tonight. If you guys have been seeing any of my content about the 1775 Bible, we're digging in. Started from the front cover. We're going all the way to the end. There's some crazy stuff that I found already. I'll be dropping another piece tomorrow on YouTube, and I'll be cutting it up again like I have been on TikTok. This is crazy stuff. A Bible printed in 1775. I'm here in Roslyn Castle already on TikTok. I'll be there in a little while on YouTube when we go over to the Bible scene. But here, you guys are going to be checking it out. I'm jamming in a church. I'm going to have the guitar out in a second. As soon as Matt Zabrowski hits us with a woo-hoo. If you guys are like, what's a woo-hoo? A woo-hoo is when you're here, and then all of a sudden you're here. You don't want to go anywhere. You're getting it. Like, you have no choice. Zabrowski's on the payroll. 1,794 days in a row of woohoos. You know, guys, there's nothing like a woohoo. You want to feel it? I'll give it to you. First, you got to go up.
There's something to die for,
Zabrowski, let me get a woohoo. It's a beautiful thing, guys. I'm pointing early. Fine, Zabrowski. Joanne, keep the wheeze down. Joanne! Zabrowski's woo-hooing. Joanne! Guys, she's a bag of wheeze, you know. When you were here doing the show, 1,794 days in a row. And you got Wheezy McGee back there. Anyway, guys, on TikTok, you don't see Wheezy. You know, you could hear her. You could hear Miss Wheezy. It looks like original song is winning it, guys. I want to show you something else pretty cool. So I told you one of the new things. I invented the only drum for guitar players. I'm about to play it. It's called the BeatSeat. I build them here, right below me. Whenever I get an order, I'll build a new one. And I have a bunch of new models you should check out at BeatSeat.rocks. But now, because I could build BeatSeats, I'm like, I could build anything out of wood. It's crazy because I have this mindset, like I'm just going to build anything out of wood. And I started with building all the speakers in front of me that I have during the show are all built out of wood. I built them. I took all the speakers I had and I built the same size enclosures out of the most ridiculous flame maple. I got blue flame maple speakers and then regular, yellow. That's kind of like a amber. So I have 4 speakers. They're all hand built out of wood. So I'm building a table next. I'm building my table. The one that I have right now is just a regular table you get from some store. I'm building the same size table out of walnut. I already cut all the wood. I went out with I got a chainsaw, Alaskan chainsaw. Guys, I'm out there literally milling boards of wood now, and they're downstairs drying. As soon as a couple more months and they'll be dry and I'll be able to cut them up and start working. I'm building a table next. Anyway, that's that. But so the other day I'm like, you know what? Why don't I, I'm always looking around for my pick. Where's the pick? Because I throw my pick after. Every time I write a song here, I throw a pick. We have 209 songs on iTunes, throwing picks everywhere. 209 times I threw a pick when I was, after I finished writing a song here for you guys live in the moment. And that's just, I've released. It's probably more like 1,000 picks have been thrown. But I'm always like, where's my pick? Well, then I said to myself, why don't I build myself a pick? You right? I got cool wood. I got all this cool wood. I got burl wood. I got this cherry burl that I cut down, and then I cut all these boards out of. A couple pieces I can't really do anything with. I had to cut all little sections out. So what did I do? I built 2 picks. Actually, the one I played yesterday is kind of a little flimsy, so I built 2 more picks last night, guys. This is the first one. Let me get out of the way so you can see it. Look at this. This is called burl wood, and look how beautiful that is. Can you see that? Look at that. Stunning. So that's pick number 1. Pick number 2 I built this morning. I was just like walking by it before I went to my first appointment, and I'm like, I saw this little piece of wood sitting there, and I'm like, I think that's big enough to build another pick out of. So I found my pick, the regular pick. I lined it up, took a little pencil out, and then I just quickly sanded down. And this one's even better than the first one. Look at this. This thing's ridiculous. This thing right here, look at that. You see that? That's ridiculous. This is just like cool burl wood, but there's like faces on this. So we're going to play with this one. It's the new one. I haven't even played it yet. Well, actually, maybe we'll try them out to see which one sounds better. But we have a pick in hand. It looks like Mark Pires' original song is winning the day, so I'm going to play it for you guys. This right here, I'm going to play you an awesome song. You guys can figure out how you want to take this song in your own lives. There's a moment in everybody's lives. There's a moment in everybody's life where you all of a sudden are like at a you're at like this crossroads. You don't know which way to go. And no matter which way you go, life is changing forever. For me, this is the first time I had a child. And I was driving to work, and I look to the left, and I'm like right almost at my office, end of the day, and I see this ridiculous sunset. The most beautiful sunset I've ever seen in my life. Like every color. I swear I've never seen more colors in the sky before. Every color across the rainbow. It looked like someone dropped a bomb. It looked like a meteor hit the ground. And we're watching the after effects. That's what this looked like. So right then I said to myself, a meteor hit the surface of my world. And I thought about the implications of that. You know, obviously, if a meteor hit the surface of any of our world, we're going to all be dead, right? But if you hit the surface of your own world, it's just a cataclysmic change. And that's what this song is. It's called Meteor. Listen to the lyrics. We got to get the BeatSeat scene going. Joe TV in the house. Good to see you, my friend. This is the Kurt Cobain model. Not his model, literally, but it's funny. I went in there and I was like, I need a new electric guitar because my Gibson was acting up. And I wanted a Strat. I never played a Strat before. I never played a Telecaster. So I walked in thinking, I'm buying a Telecaster, I'm buying a Strat, one of those two. And this guitar was sitting there, and there was no other Jaguars. This is the only one. And I'm like, I like the name alone. I'm like, Fender Jaguar? I'm like, rawr, let's freaking go, you know? And then I sat down to play this thing. It's got 2 different sets of pickups, all these different crazy things. And when I heard, I was like, yeah, I'm going to buy that one.
Explosion changed the why and how I feel. Shook my world, showed me love was real. The meteor hit the surface of my world. Been a lifetime of waiting for this moment. I've been waiting forever, and I won't let it go. It's a feeling that I never felt before. This time it's more than just a dream. I'm not letting go. Meteor hit the surface of my world. Explosion changed the why and how I feel. Shook my world, it showed me love was real. A meteor hit the surface of my world. A meteor hit the surface of my world. Surface of my world. Explosion changed the why and how I feel. Shook my world, it showed me love was real. Surface of my world. Meteor hit the surface of my world. Explosion changed the why and how I feel. Shook my world, it showed me love was real. Meteor hit the surface of my world. Meteor hit the surface of my world. Explosion changed the why and how I feel. Shook my world, it showed me love was real. Meteor hit the surface of my world. Meteor hit the surface of my world. Shook my world, showed me love was real. So real. Meteor hit the surface of my world. New pick.
Welcome, Michael. You just joined the longest running daily variety show on earth. Sorry if it doesn't fit with your schedule that I play music every day for the last 5 years, but that's what I do here. I write songs typically live in the moment, and you happen to stumble in when finally they shared one of my 3,600 pieces of content. Interesting. 209 songs released into the world, 9 feature films, live every day, 1,790, 4 days in a row. Welcome. Welcome. So yeah, I run the show how I run the show. So if you want, you could always swing back and fast forward to when I do break the Bible out. But that being said, that is how the show goes. It's a live improvisation, live stream. There's no script here. And I invented this drum here. So every day, and don't justify yourself. Thank you, A-Plays. Yeah, every day I write songs on this drum. It's so much fun to play this thing. It's the only drum you could sit upright and play with your hands and feet at the same time. So I built them, I invented it, patented it. You can go to BeatSeat.rocks and check that out. So yeah, it's a live songwriting, live comedy, and live just truth show, really. I think that's the reason why people have never really been able to find this show, is because I've said a lot of things that came true over the last 4 years. And anybody who did is kind of held on the sideline. But when you don't have a script, you're forced to say how you feel. I didn't realize that it would become a problem to speak your mind and to say how your heart and your soul feels in every single moment when you're alive. I didn't realize that. But that's kind of the problem, I think, too, is I think I'm a little late. I started the show late when free speech was kind of becoming the enemy of the state, so to speak. You know, a show like this, this show's like SNL. That's the best way I can explain the show. It's like SNL. You got comedy, you got live songwriting, and then you have, like, the vibe would be someone like a motivational speaker, the third vibe, you know, and it's not like I'm trying to motivate, but I am. This is called Mark Inspires for a reason. I'm here to try to help you guys find the greatest version of yourselves. The only way you could do that is by breaking away from the norm, stop thinking about the past or the future, and just get here in the moment. And once you could do that here, you could do that in your own lives. And once you do that in your own lives, you could start creating something. The only way you can create is if you get into the very second we are in. You don't have to be a creator. I'm just saying, if you want to create, the only way to do that is to get right here at all times. So let's see what we can do here. Joanne. Yesterday. Sheesh. Bring it down a little bit. Joanna's my assistant. She's a bit of a wheezer. I really want my chair. I'm going to get my chair. I'm going to get my chair for this. We are in Genesis. We got to, we didn't really get that far. We were in chapter 5. We started thinking about all the insanity that we've already seen in the first 5, maybe like 4 pages of the Bible here. Actually, this is page 5, essentially. And there's already some things that just don't make sense to me. So, anyway, we're rolling through. We're actually on chapter 6 now. Let's see. And it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, after Cain killed his brother and banged it out, you know, with some random, I don't even know where she came from. There was apparently nobody, and then there was somebody he got married to. So let's go. Okay. And daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men that were, why is this so freaking hot? I can't, it keeps, okay, I'm going to just turn it down so I can't hear myself. The sons of God saw that daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all they saw that they chose. And the Lord said, my spirit shall not always thrive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. So why did that change? So all right, this is where I need you guys to get involved and share give me some feedback here. So right before all this, on chapter 5, going into chapter from 4 to 5, talked about how Adam and Cain, they lived like 930 years, I think it was, that Adam lived. Okay? This is 1775 Bible, in case you guys are trying to figure out what are we doing. 1775 Bible. So explain to me, we go from 930 years old, and again, my big discrepancy with this entire intro chapter here is, first thing is you got, there's 4 people on the earth, son kills other son, and goes out and gets married and has kids. It's like, well, what, huh? First of all. Secondly, okay, so now you have Adam, and then you have, okay, so how Adam waits 130 years before having a child. Like, what? You're the first on earth, you're married, and you're like, I'm gonna wait 130 years before having my first child. That's the silliest thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, you procreation, I mean, man does not sit around and say, you know what, I'm just gonna kind of abstain for 130 years. You know, so that was weird to me. So there's a couple of things I just don't understand. I'd love a little clarity on if people want to answer. So let's keep moving forward here. We're now on chapter 6. We're rolling into it here. Ooh. Guys, I'm going to roll back one line so we can read this all as it flows. Yet, man shall thrive with man, for that he is also flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. There were giants in the earth in those days. Now, can I ask you guys, and again, this is just curiosity. There were giants in the earth in those days. Is in anything, guys? You know? I'm trying to figure that out because, you know, there was I saw a piece of content maybe a year ago about some red giant that they found in like Afghanistan or in Iraq during the war. It's like a 12-foot giant that it was not susceptible to our bullets. Like they were like trying to take this thing down. It was just like wiping the shots away. It's like rubber skin. I don't know what. And this giant was there in a cave. So when you hear someone say in the Bible, I mean, they're very, very specific about the words here. There were giants in the earth in those days. I'm curious to see what you guys think about that. There were giants in the earth in those days. And also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men which were of old, men of renown. So guys, every once in a while you're going to hear me say like, I'm going to flutter because I'm reading Old English. And that's not just that there's like, I, ye, thou. It's like, suffer is F-U-F-F-E-R. You're like, what, fuffer? And then you're, oh yeah, that's right, it's an S, suffer. Because all the S's are F's. Am I 17? Jesus is not Jesus in here. It's J-E-F-U-S. And I don't know why there's an S, but then there's an F in the middle. Like if you had an S, they clearly had an S because it's J-E-F-U-S. Why not, you know what I mean? It was weird back then. They did it with F's. And I'm trying to now, 200 plus years later, read it. Live. Never read this book. Never read the full Old Testament before. We're doing it now in the moment. And so, like I said, I'm doing my best to do it without messing up too much. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth. He said in the earth again. I guess that's just the way they talked back then. I'll just roll past it for now. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. Wow. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. And the Lord said, I will destroy man, whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls in the air, for it repenteth me that I have made them. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was just a man and perfect in his generations. And Noah walked with God. And Noah begat 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The earth also was corrupt before God, and the earth was filled with violence. And God looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. And God said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Make thee an ark of gopher wood. Room shalt thou make in the ark, and shalt pitch it within and without the pitch. Hold on. And shalt pitch it within and without with pitch. What the? That does, huh? Guys, what does that mean? And shalt pitch it within and without with pitch. I don't know. Moving on. And this is the fashion which thou shalt make it. The length of the ark shall be 300 cubits, and the breadth of it 50 cubits, and the height of it 30 cubits. A window shalt thou make to the ark, and a cubit shalt thou finish it above. The door of the ark shalt thou fet with the side thereof, with lower, second, and third stories shalt thou make it. And behold, even I do bring a flood of waters upon the earth to destroy all flesh, wherein is the breath of life under heaven, and everything that it is, the earth shall die. But with thee I will establish my covenant, and thou shalt come into the ark, thou and thy sons and thy wife and thy sons' wives with thee, and every living thing of all flesh, two of every sort shall thou bring into the ark, to keep them alive with thee. They shall be male and female, of fowls after their kind, and the cattle after their kind, and every creeping thing of the earth after his kind. 2 of every sort shall come unto thee, to keep them alive. And take thou unto thee of all food that is eaten, and thou shalt gather it in thee. This is hard, guys. The 1775 Bible is hard to read. It shall be for food for thee and for them. Thus did Noah. According to all the gods commanded him, so did he. Chapter 7. There's little subnotes here. I'm going to see. This says Noah with his family and the living creatures enter the ark. The beginning, increase, and continuance of the flood. Continuance of the flood. And the Lord said unto Noah, come thou and all thy house into the ark, for thee I have seen righteous before me in this generation. Of every clean beast thou shalt take of thee to thee the sevens by Of every clean beast thou shalt take to thee by sevens, the male and his female, and the beasts that are not clean by 2, the male and his female. Of fowls also in the air are sevens, the male and the female keep the feet alive upon the face of all the earth. For yet 7 days, and I will cause it to rain upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. And every living substance that I have made, I will destroy from off the face of the earth. Mother, camera, go in! You know, I wish she could hear you. Johnny Broccoli in the house. Good to see you, my friend. We are in the process of reading chapter 7, Book of Moses. I don't know if you guys know this. I probably shouldn't get into it. I think my 8th feature film is called Back to the Future, Mark. I'm from the year 2769. And basically I was everybody from history. And one of the characters I was Marxist. Yeah, they stole it from me. I did it. I split the sea, the Red Sea, you know? And then like they were like, we're going to give it to Moses. He's had a bad month. You know? Like, really? You're going to give it to that hack? It's funny, when I did that movie, I had someone say, you know, that's really offensive. I'm like, what's offensive about making a comedy? Like, they did History of the World, and I'm sure they did something with the Ark. And it's not offensive to make comedy out of something from history, you know? Especially if it's religious-based, it's fine. I mean, yeah, I split the Red Sea. My name's Marxist. What's the big deal? It's not a big deal. It's a joke. It's comedy. And you know the world needs comedy right now more than ever. All right, so here we go. Where were we? I think we're all the way back here. Okay, so this is again where I don't understand. He's talking about how humans will be 120. That's where you maxed out at 120. Then he says Noah was 600 years old when the floodwaters came. What is the double standard here? Who's 120 and why is Noah 600? Why is there some people that's 120 and then you got, you know, Adam who's 930. His kid is 913, I think, when he died. Killed his brother probably when his brother was 25, something like that. Murderer. But then he banged it out right away. He went out there, he had some babies. What's that, Joanne? Oh, Joanne wants to know, who do you marry? There's only 3 people. He killed the 4th. Who do you go out and marry after he was banished? Good question, Joanne. Joanne, you're on top of things tonight. Everything but the weeds. Here we go. Okay, so we got the 7s thing. Moving forward. Noah went in and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives with him into the ark because of the waters of the flood. Of clean beasts and beasts that are not clean, the fowls and everything that creepeth upon the earth, there went in two unto Noah into the ark, and the male and the female, as God had commanded Noah. And it came to pass after 7 days that the waters of the flood were upon the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, the 17th day, that will get you right there, guys. Let's just quickly diagnose this, or just like dissect this. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, now the 2nd month of Noah's life, or the 2nd month of the 600th year of his life? You know, where you're like, okay, it's January, but is it January? That's what I want to ask you. When he says the 2nd month, are we starting from March, April, May? So is he born in May? Is he saying, again, we need to determine what calendar they're talking about here. In the 600th year of Noah's life, the 2nd month, 17th day, okay, it's not February 17th, right? Because it wasn't January 1st, the beginning of the year. So I'd love to know that. Just be cool to figure that out. Was it March that they considered the very beginning of each year? The spring? The spring is when things blossom and bloom. That should be the start of the year, not when it's dead, like midwinter. Oh, December 25th. Pagan. It's a pagan holiday, right, guys? Let's see. I'm going to get back into this, and I'm going to get and see if there's any questions here to answer. I'm probably not going to have the answer, but I'd love to get some feedback from you guys on what I'm reading here, and especially things I'm saying. If you have some response that you could say, hey, Mark, this is what's going on. Because I'm reading this as a student. I hope you guys understand. I never read this before. I've read the New Testament, most of it. I don't know if I've read it all as a kid, but I definitely did not read the Old Testament. And I always kind of wanted to. So coming across the 1775 Bible and then seeing that you guys have an interest is actually motivating me to read the entire thing for you. I'm sure most creators wouldn't do that. They just give you the piece that hit and then it'd be gone. Move on to the next thing. I mean, I've created over 3,600 pieces of content, so I don't have to sit here and do this. I've got so much stuff we do here with music and comedy on a daily basis. But I'm interested that you guys are interested. And I want to provide you with the things you want. So if you're interested in this Bible, I'm going to read the whole thing for you. And hopefully you don't mind me asking questions along the way because I am a student here. I mean, as I told you guys yesterday, I'm not sitting here trying to debunk this and say I don't believe. I'm somebody who wears a cross this freaking big on his chest every single day of his life. So I'm here hoping to get answers and to strengthen my faith while I read a book I never read before that the entire world, or a lot of this world, holds all of their faith in. I'm somebody here who should be able to use their critical mind and ask questions. And to me, like I said, I still don't understand how Cain can kill his brother and go out and get married right away when that was only people on earth. Right there, you killed the fourth person, but all of a sudden you're married and you had Enoch, and it's like, and he waited till he was 106 to have his first child. It's like, God's going to create you and then say, you know what, be selfish for 100 years. You do you. You know what I mean? Don't worry about procreating and taking this experiment of mine, essentially, and bringing it to life by spreading the seed on earth. No, wait 130 years, Adam. I mean, it's like, I feel like there's going to be a ton of stuff here that makes a lot of sense and a ton of stuff that strengthens the faith in God or whatever. But this origin story is not only flimsy, it's hogwash. This is not the origin. This isn't. This is what somebody just made up a couple thousand years ago. And they're like, it sounds good around the fire. I'm sorry, you can't tell me that Cain can kill his brother and he all of a sudden is married. You can't tell me they're going to wait 130 years to have their first child when they're the first people on earth. Just those two things, common sense, as a human being, don't make any sense. And so, like I said, I'm sure the rest of it's going to, but for me, and again, don't be offended by me saying this. I'm reading this for the first time and I'm responding, I'm reacting. So, here we go. The Lord smelled the sweet favor, and the Lord said in his heart, I will not again curse the ground any more for man's sake. For this imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth. Wow. Neither will I again smite any more everything living as I have done. While the earth remaineth, while the earth remaineth, feed time and harvest, and cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease. And God blessed Noah and his sons, and said unto them, Be fruitful, multiply, and replenish the earth. And the fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every fowl of the air, upon all that moveth upon the earth, and upon all the fishes of the sea, into your hand are they delivered. Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you, even as the green herb have I given you all things. But flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall ye not eat. Wow. Did you hear that? But flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall ye not eat. We're not supposed to eat meat, guys. Oof. I had freaking pepperoni pizza today. Is that good? Am I all right with the pepperoni? Like, I like pepperoni pizza. You know, I like chicken. Val, I think I don't know if you're allowed to have it. It says the blood and the life, the flesh. Anyway, let's kind of pretend we didn't read that one. Okay. And surely your blood of your lives will I require. At the hand of every beast will I require it, and then at the hand of man. At the hand of every man's brother will I require the life of man. Who so sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed, for in the image of God made he man. And you, be ye fruitful, and multiply. Bring forth abundantly in the earth, and multiply therein. And God spake unto Noah and to his sons with him, saying, And I, behold, I establish my covenant with you, and with your feed after you, and with every living creature that is with you, of the fowl, of the cattle, of every beast of the earth with you, from all that go out of the ark to every beast of the earth. And I will establish my covenant with you, neither shall all flesh be cut off any more by the waters of a flood, neither shall there any more be a flood to destroy the earth.
And God said, "This is the token of the covenant which I make between me and you and every living creature that is with you for perpetual generations. I do set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be for a token of a covenant between me and the earth. And it shall come to pass when I bring a cloud over the earth that the bow shall be seen in the cloud. And I will remember my covenant, which is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh. And the water shall no water become a flood to destroy all flesh. And the bow shall be in the cloud, and I will look upon it. And I may remember that the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of all flesh that is upon earth. And God said unto Noah, This is the token of the covenant which I have established between me and all the flesh that is upon the earth. And the sons of Noah that went forth of the ark were Shem and Ham and Japheth. I think it's Japheth. And Ham and his father Canaan, and the father of Canaan. These are the sons of Noah, and of them the whole earth was overspread. So, God's saying that Noah's 3 kids, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, spread their seed around the earth like a Genghis Khan style. Did they have like 97 wives or something? I mean, they were living for 700 years apparently. But did they have like a bunch of wives or something? Because how are they spreading, around the earth, just the 3 of them? Am I silly for asking these questions? I just feel like I'm asking questions because I really want to know. And the sons of Noah, they went forth of the ark, and Shem and Ham, and his father Canaan. They're the 3 sons of Noah, and their whole earth they overspread. These are the 3 sons of Noah, and of them was the whole earth overspread. That's some serious banger ruin. 3 people? Genghis Khan, definitely made a couple of dents, But this, the whole earth. Anyway, let's get back into it, guys. We're doing it. And Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it upon their shoulders and went backward and covered the nakedness of their father. And their faces were backward, and they saw not their father's nakedness. And Noah awoke from his wine and knew what his younger son had done unto him. And he said, Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren. And he said, Blessed be the Lord God of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. God shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem. Anybody? What is this? What are we talking about here? And Canaan shall be his servant. God shall enlarge, shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. This is very repetitive, guys. How many times are you going to say that he's going to be his servant? 3 times in the same paragraph? And Noah lived after the flood 350 years. That means he was 950, guys. Noah lived to 950. Pretty solid. Poor guy got splinters on his balls at the end, dragging. Okay, here we go. All the days of Noah were 950. Nailed it, Joanne. I did the math. And then it was fact-checked by the 1775 Bible. And all the days Noah, 950. You guys were like, maybe it's 960. Do the math again, Mark. Grab a pencil. Hold on a second. Let me just... we're not going to do it here in the 1775 Bible, guys. Come on. Now, these are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And unto them were sons born after the flood. The sons of Japheth, Gomer... Right? Gomer and Magog. It's not right. It's Magog. Are we going through this whole thing where I have to say 5,247 names like it means something? Okay, you had a bunch of kids. Can we move forward to the next chapter? Right? Let's see if it starts doing that, guys. I'm moving forward to the next chapter. Just giving you a little forewarning. Japheth, Gomer, and Magog, and Madai, and Javan, and Tabul, and Mechech, and Tiras. And the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz, Ashkenazi. Guys, Ashkenazi, nailed it. And Rifhath, and Tergamah. And this, I'm not doing this. It's all literally. And the sons of, and the sisters of, and the cousins of, and I'm still going. And Raphan between Nenamah and Kala, okay, whatever, dude. I'm seriously over that. We're moving forward. They're still going. They're still going over here, guys. We're rolling. Look at this. And Halabrabadaman, and Uzal, and Dichla, and Ubal. Okay, you get it. And then here we go. Let's just we fast forward 7 hours later, right? These are the sons of Shem. How many Shem? That was just Shem? Maybe he did spread around the entire earth, you know? There's a lot of names right there. You figure each one's in a different city? That's around the earth, you know? Could be accurate on this one. But these are the sons of Shem. After their families, after the tongues and their lands, after their nations. These are the families of the sons of Noah, after their generations, in their nations, and by these were the nations divided in the earth after the flood. So basically, yeah, God is saying all these different sons were like, I'm taking a pilgrimage. I'm going from here. Thank you for making me. I'm going to go and find a wife. They're apparently everywhere. You guys, we're here. We're going to go spread it out and make more babies. Where'd the people come from that we're making babies with? The dirt. You know? I'm making clay. None of it makes sense. Here we go. And the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. Now that would be something, right? That would be something. How is that? And the whole earth was of one language and one speech. And it came to pass that as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar. And they dwelt there, and they said one to another, Go to, let us make brick, and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar. I guess it's slime for mortar, guys. They used slime back then. And they said, Go to, let us build us a city and a tower whose top may reach unto heaven. Tower of Babel. No, sorry, guys. I didn't mean to give you heads up. Just heads up. Tower of Babel. It's coming. Oh, goodness. We're going to it's going to go up to the heavens, and let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower, which the children men builded. And the Lord said, Behold, the people is one, and they have all one language. And this they begin to do, and now nothing will restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of the earth, and they left off to build the city. Therefore is the name of it called Babel, because the Lord did there confound the language of all to earth. And from thence did the Lord scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth. These are the generations of Shem. Shem was 100 years old and begat Arphaxad 2 years after the flood. All right, guys. Again. Shem was 100 years old and begat a son, Arphaxad, 2 years after the flood. He's 100 years old, decided to have a baby. Just doesn't, And Shem lived after he begat Arphaxad 500 years, and begat sons and daughters. And Arphaxad lived 35 years, and begat Salah. And Arphaxad lived, and after he begat Salah, 403 years, and begat sons and daughters. Hold on. Okay. So he lived 530 years and begat Salah. Okay? And then he's like, you know what? I'm going to go 430 years more, and then I'll have sons and daughters after the 530 years. Like, what's... and Salah lived 530 years, lived 30 years. Ooh, she didn't live... Okay, she lived... This is where it gets normal, guys. And Salah lived 30 years, today, normal, and begat Eber. And Salah lived after he begat Eber 403 years and begat sons and daughters. And Eber lived 430 years and begat Peleg. Guys, I'm not doing this. Everybody begat. There's another one begat. Oh, look, and then Nahar begat. And then... Let's move forward to something. Let's read something here. I'm sure that hasn't changed. Everybody was begat. Okay, those were the day.
Archie!
Archie, eat it. Get to the next part, eat it.
Oh, Archie, I love it when you read the Bible, Archie.
Eat it. Get my beer there, eat it.
Oh, Archie!
Oh, goodness. You know, Archie Bunker reading the Bible? Now, that would be something, you know.
Now, to get there, the Lord said to Abram there, get thee out of the country, and from thy kindred, from thy fathers, a house, unto the land, and I make you shoe there.
And I'll make thee a great nation.
All right, let's get hee-hee. How are you? Good to see you. Michael's kicking it with us still. Joe TV. Here we go, guys. Now the Lord said unto Abram, get thee out of thy country and from thy kindred and from thy father's house unto a land that I will show thee. And I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee and make thy name great. Where is it? And thou shalt be a blessing. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee. And in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. So Abram departed as the Lord had spoken unto him, and Lot went with him. And Abram was 75 years old when he departed out of Haran. And Abram took Sarai his wife, and Lot his brother's son, and all the substance that they had gathered, and the souls that they had gotten in Haran. The fowls. I guess that one's the one time an F is an F. And they went forth to go into the land of Canaan. And into the land of Canaan they came, and Abram passed through the land unto the place of Shisham, unto the plain of Moreh, and the Canaanite was then in the land. And the Lord appeared unto Abram and said, unto thy feed will I give this. Guys, can I just... These people, and he doesn't appear to anybody anymore. Except for freaking wackos, New York City. That's still happening. But, you know, like, the Lord appeared and said, hey, look, let's have a conversation. Burning bush. I'm waiting for that. I want to get to the burning bush because he doesn't just pop in. He's just eating a Dannon yogurt. Mark, I want to talk to you about something real quick. Not in Old English. He's 2023 in it, Another thing I just can't understand. Anyway, Sisham and Shishaner. Unto thy feet I will give this land, and there builded he an altar unto the Lord who appeared unto him. And he removed from thence unto a mountain on the east of Bethel, and pitched his tent, having Bethel on the west, and Hai on the east. And there he builded an altar unto the Lord, and called upon the name of the Lord. And Abram journeyed, going on still toward the south. And there was a famine in the land, and Abram went down into Egypt to sojourn there, for the famine was grievous in the land. And it came to pass, when he was come near to enter into Egypt, that he said unto Sarai's wife, Behold now, I know that thou art a fair woman to look upon. Therefore it shall come to pass, when the Egyptians shall see thee, that they shall say, This is his wife, and they will kill me, but they will save thee alive. Say, I pray thee, thou art my sister, and it may be well with me for thy sake, and my soul shall live because of thee. And it came to pass that when Abram was come into Egypt, and the Egyptians beheld the woman that was very fair, the princess also of Pharaoh saw her and commended her before Pharaoh. And the woman was taken into Pharaoh's house, and he entreated Abram well for her sake. And he had sheep and oxen and asses. It's there. And men servants and maid servants, and the asses and the camels. He's talking about freaking slavery right there. And he entreated Abram well for her sake. And he had sheep, oxen, and asses, and manservants, and maidservants, and she-asses, and camels. And she-asses? What the hell is a she-ass? Is that a 2023 thing? I feel like a she-ass. I don't know. I'm not sure what that is, guys. Where's my... I need my wood thing. Much easier to read when I have this on my lap. Okay, she-ass. I don't know what the hell that is. Where's the she-ass? Okay, here we go. And the Lord plagued Pharaoh and his house with great plagues because of Sarai, Abram's wife. And Pharaoh called Abram and said, What is it? Again. Oh, that's the Pharaoh. The Pharaoh called Abram and said, What is this that thou hast done unto me? What didst thou tell me that she was thy wife? Why didst thou not tell me that she was thy wife? Sorry. Why saidst thou, She is my sister? So I might have taken her to be my wife? Now therefore, behold thy wife, take her and go thy way. And Pharaoh commanded his men concerning him, and sent him away, and his wife, and all that they had. Chapter 8. And Abram went up out of Egypt, and he and his wife, and all that he had, and Lot with him, into the south. And Abram was very rich in cattle, in silver, and in gold. And he went on his journeys from the south even to Bethel, unto the place where his tent had been at the beginning, between Bethel and Hai, unto the place of the altar which he had made there at the first. And there Abram called on the name of the Lord. And Lot also went with Abram, had flocks and herds and tents, and the land was not able to bear them, that they might dwell together, for their substance was great, so that they could not dwell together. And there was a strife between the herdmen of Abram's cattle and the herdmen of Lot's cattle. And the Canaanite and the Perizzite dwelled then in the land. And Abram said unto Lot, Let there be no strife, I pay thee, between me and thee, and between my herdmen and thy herdmen, for we be brethren. Is not the whole land before thee? Separate thyself, I pray thee, from me. If thou wilt take thy left hand, then I will go to the right. If thou depart to the right, then I will go to the left. And Lot lifted up his eyes and beheld all the plain of Jordan, and it was well watered everywhere. Before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, even as the garden of the Lord, like the land of Egypt, thou cometh unto Zoar. Then Lot chose him all the plain of Jordan, and Lot journeyed east, and they separated themselves, the one from this freaking camera again. We're already into an hour. All right, we're going to have to finish this up soon, guys. We're almost at chapter 9, so we'll finish this up. Lot lifted his eyes up and beheld all the plain of Jordan, and it was well watered everywhere before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, even as the garden of the Lord, like the land of Egypt, as thou cometh unto Zoar. Then Lot shows him all the plain of Jordan, and Lot journeyed east. And they separated themselves the one from the other. Abram dwelled in the land of Canaan, and Lot dwelled in the cities of the plain, and pitched his tent towards Sodom. But the men of Sodom were wicked and sinners before Lord exceedingly. You know, the Sodom, you know, you throw a little like Y at the end there. Like, is that how this? Because they're wicked? Is that where that word came from? Okay. But the men of Sodom were wicked. And the Lord said unto Abram after that Lot was separated from him, Lift up now thine eyes, and look from the place where thou art, northward, and southward, and eastward, and westward. For all the land which thou seest, to thee will I give it, and to thy feed forever. And I will make thee feed as the dust of the earth, so that if a man can number the dust of the earth, thou shall thy feed also be numbered. Arise, walk thou through the land in the length of it and in the breadth of it, for I will give it unto thee. Then Abram removed his tent and came and dwelt in the plain of Mamre, which is in Hebron, and built there an altar unto the Lord. And that's the beginning of chapter 9. We'll get into that tomorrow, guys. So I hope you're enjoying the read of the 1775 Bible. The Old Testament will be going from that into the New Testament. And then I already started doing this, but at some point I'd like to break in and do some stuff with this. This is Confession of Faith from 1793. There's a lot of really, really interesting stuff in here. This is Baptists and Quakers. This is like their Bible, but this is like one of the originals, 1793. I looked this one up. There's one online for like $4,500, and it doesn't have every page like this. This is a full manuscript from beginning to end. It's pretty cool to see this Confession of Faith, you know. So this one I'd like to break out as well and get into. And then maybe at some point, not anytime soon, we have the Union Hymns book from 1863 from the Civil War. And that one, maybe we just read a psalm here or a hymn, you know, from this at some point. This is not a religion show by any means, guys. But I can say that being live for 1,794 days in a row, in the moment, a live creation show of positivity, of love and music and comedy, it is the message of Yeshua that comes out every single day here. If you listen to my music, you will feel the passion of the creator of this universe coming out because I'm in the moment with the creator. And so I really strongly suggest if you do like music, please check out my music. I'm very proud of the stuff I've created here, but it's something to marvel at that any song you hear, every word, most of them, the newer ones especially, all the lyrics are at the bottom. But keep in mind, all those lyrics came out of the moment. I didn't have a script. I did not have a pen. I did not sit down and wordsmith to come up with that. It's what the creator wanted me to say, and it came out like it's meant to be there. And it happened 209 times on iTunes. There's over 1,000 songs on my channel, guys. Over 1,000. You just have to go to a channel any day in the last 1,794 and push play and just see what was there. Fast forward to find the music and see, was there a song that day? And if there was, leave a comment and let me know. I'll pull it. I don't have a chance to pull all these songs, and then I miss gems, and I keep going, and I'm like, man, I know this song. Like there's this one song that I sang that said, until it all burns down. It's this crazy song. It was so beautiful, and it was one of the most beautiful songs I've ever written. And I felt it, and I don't know where it is. It's like 5 months ago. I have no idea. It's about 5 months ago. Oh, thank you, A-Plays. I appreciate you so much. A-Plays, just go and check out the music playlist here on my channel. it's unlimited music. I mean, 360 songs there. I just only dropped 209 so far on iTunes and Spotify. I am putting out my 17th album. I was planning on doing it this month, so let's see if I get that out. And lots of crazy stuff. The music video thing is also the new thing. Every Friday at 1 o'clock, I have a new music video. I have to work out getting one together for this week. I started editing one. It was one of my Christmas songs from last year's Christmas album. One of my 16 albums out is a full Christmas album. I did it last year, and I wrote most of the songs live in one night. There's a Grinch song, Santa's on the Run, which you've heard. There's a song about a soldier that gets deployed on Christmas Eve. It's the most beautiful song, Christmas song ever. It's so stunning. And it hasn't gotten a lot of plays, but I'm making a music video. I'll let you know. That's the one that's coming out next. I'm working on that one right now. It's such a beautiful song, but actually to see a visual of a soldier, going to Iraq or whatever it was, that was when I first wrote this, like thinking about soldiers going to Afghanistan or whatever. When I get that footage in there and you hear the song along with it, it's going to make you cry. It already made me cry watching one little piece of it. It made me cry. I was like, oh my goodness, this is going to be powerful. It's called Christmas for My Country. It's a powerful, powerful song. Santa's on the Run. Please, Santa on the Run. Bradley, you rock. So here's the thing about Santa's on the Run. I didn't even know this until I did. I used a bunch of the Elf footage, and basically what happens is afterwards I keep getting these reds. It says like it's not a strike, but they're like it's copyright stuff. So I'm like, you know what? I guess I can't play that as often. I want to though because it's such a powerful song. Santa's on the Run. If you guys haven't checked it out, I put that out that was last week's Friday video. We have a Spider-Man music video. We have a Star Wars music video. We have a No More Wars music video. It's called Soldiers Keep Marching. That one's like, woo! Music is insane on that one. And then there's one that was a comedy one done. Wolf asked me to write a song called Trump Train. Trump Train Jive. I wrote the greatest song ever for Donald Trump. It's like him dancing the whole. That was where I got the idea for music videos. It's Trump dancing. He's like, "Are you kidding me? I'm winning big league. I'm here. Gotta get myself, get my dance on. Yeah, gonna win big league." And he's doing it, and he's dancing the whole song. It's so cool. It's synced up perfectly. And then when I saw that, I was like, "Whoa, we can get crazy here with these songs that are already out there." But nobody wants to see me just sitting and playing and singing and making funny faces because that's what I do. They want to see action. They want to see a story. So, my plan is to do that. I'm going to bring this back in play here and shut this down. So I hope you guys are enjoying the reading of the 1775 Bible. It's really cool. You know, I'm really, really upset because I almost had a 1769 a couple weeks back. And I'm just really upset that I didn't get it. Because then I heard someone left a comment here saying 769 was the first time they revised the original translation. I'm like, oh, I could have gotten that copy. I wanted to put them side by side. You know? So I'm going to quickly give you the link to Santa's on the Run because if I play it, I'm going to get my hiney butt kicked. You know, Joanne, could you get me the link to Santa's on the Run? Joanne, where are you? I can hear you wheezing, but I don't see you. Oh my goodness, Joanne. Oh, Joanne. Welcome back, Joanne. Oh. Right? That's just disgusting, Joanne. That's just oh, God, Joanne! Did you have seaweed today with your salad? Oh, I forgot you don't eat salad. Salamander she eats. Anyway, guys, this right here is what we're talking about. I'll give you the link. Santa's on the Run. What a tune. Let's see what time is it right now. Let's see what time it is. Jeez, we're right at midnight. just about midnight. That's Santa's on the Run. You don't want to miss that. I think, though, I know, I understand. I'm already at midnight. I get it. But, yeah. I put out a couple different things today. And I'm not sure what anybody thinks about them, to be honest, because I'm not sure what kind of... I mean, one of them is called... it looks like they pushed my scammer one out. Someone sent me a scam email today trying to get me to call. Like, oh, we charged you your $360 for your Norton antivirus. If you didn't, approve this, you could call for an immediate refund. And like the language is off. You could tell. I was like, this is such a scam. So I did a piece so people know what those look like. The other one I thought it was a new series called Picture This. You've seen all these cool pictures of like people in history, And this one I found was Hank Aaron sitting in Alabama on at a gas station, just sitting on the hood of a car. And it's like 1 week before he took Babe Ruth's record down. It's just pretty cool to see. So I started doing that as a secondary little idea, something called Picture This, as a new series. There's so many series that we do here, Happen Today. That's another one that I do, where, I go look back in history and what happened in this day in history. So I've been doing that a lot. And I'll read any news stories with a little comedic twist. For example, Charlie Munger passed, which is sad, I guess, to somebody. I don't know. I don't really know anything about the guy. But right here, I put this out earlier. I'm just going to show it to you because it's only a minute. This one I can show you. And this is just an example of the comedy, that I try to throw into the news. I just like it to be a little humorous. Can we get that working here? Warren Buffett's right-hand man. Charlie Munger dead at 99. Warren Buffett's right-hand man learned like the rest that you can't take it with you. I'm not sure how much money he left the planet with. I mean, again, didn't take with him. But he had an extraordinary life here on planet Earth. We wish him well in his next journey. And hopefully he's welcome into the kingdom of heaven. And if it's back into this crazy rat race, and that's what it is, you just keep going back, then we'll hopefully see him in the next turn around the sun. And I'm sure many people learned a lot about investing from Charlie Munger, so they're probably heartbroken. Munger. Condolences to his family. Leave a comment below. And Charlie Munger dead at... I guess you'd say that he's... he's a investment monger doing it. Yeah, I don't know. I like to just throw a comedic twist on all my news stories. I don't like it to be like straightforward always, so I'll put a twist on it. And I don't intend, because everything's improvised. Every time I'm doing a story for you guys that I drop on TikTok, I drop everywhere, I get in front of the camera and I record it very quickly. I just literally say the thing that's there, and I try to just, I don't know, I respond the way I want to respond. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. For example, this is probably one of the funniest things, I think. This is a pretty cool idea. Did I drop the whole thing? Let me see if I put this out. I think I put this out as a full bit. And did I? I don't see it now. The rise and fall of George Santos, that was pretty decent. Happened today. Is this the one? I don't know if that's the right one. Well, I'm not going to sit here and just figure this out. I'll work this out for tomorrow. I'm going to play you one thing, though, because comedy to me is very important. Okay, first of all. Secondly, this bit right here, you should be watching. Like this right here should be viral. Because doing this is not easy, first of all. It's just not easy to do this. Just keep that in mind.
Randall! This is the one from the brochure!
You say, oh my goodness, in every room. Some couple.
Randall! Randall!
The guy just dropped a freaking bomb.
Yeah, we just got in. Dropped off the bags, and what the I'm in like a cathedral or something. I don't know what the hell this is.
Oh,
this is crazy.
my
we got like
God,
murals
no.
on the walls and stuff.
Randall! This is the one from the brochure!
You say, oh my goodness, in every room.
Some couple.
Randall!
Randall!
The guy just dropped a freaking bomb.
This is like a cathedral. Yeah. Can you keep that inside? Not inside here, though. I mean, like inside you. What? No, don't. You can't blame her. I saw you do it. You went like this. You lifted a leg. He lifted the leg.
He did lift a leg.
No. Oh my gosh.
I'm so
Are you?
sorry.
What the? Did you have corn today? Gosh almighty.
It's salsa.
It's salsa.
That's salsa.
I'm so sorry. Sorry about that.
Randall. Yeah, no, I'm gonna get the hell out of here.
Oh, I love that bit.
So you think you know Wix, but do you really?
I don't know well enough.
First up, we've got Shake Video.
Oh, goodness. So, guys, that's the second fart in a location. That one's fart at the Vatican, and it's Pope. The Pope was evacuated. That's what we say on that one. And the other one's a fart in an elevator. That was actually where I had the concept. When I was about 18, 19, I had this idea because I was in the city with going to city a lot of friends at the time. And I remember in an elevator, it's like you could hear a pin drop. And I told my friend once, I said, I want to go into an elevator and film and like you fart in the corner, and I'll just be like, dude, are you kidding me? You farted in the elevator? And like, it would be so funny and see how people respond. He's like, oh, I love that idea. And so like it somehow switched that I was going to be the guy who farted or something like that. And so I get in the elevator and he's looking at me like this. And it's funny. Actually, I take that back. When we got in that elevator, I almost forgot that I had the idea at first. And then I look at him while we're going up and he goes like that. He made the eyes and I go, oh my goodness, I'm on an elevator. You could hear a pin drop. I'm with my friend Brian. He's the guy I told about this. And he's going, and I go like this. I go, and before I could even do it, because the noise is, it's like, okay. In life, people do things that are silly. Some people follow, and then it causes you to not want to do it anymore. Okay? So I used to do a few things that my friend Brian, for example, would copy, and he would try to do, because he could sort of do impressions as well. Some of them were really good, but he couldn't do the same impressions as me. So when he'd try to do some of the things I said, at first I'd be like, oh, that's funny. And then after a little while, I'd never want to do it myself again. And it's not because what I did wasn't good. It's because I didn't want to hear somebody mimic it terribly, And so I stopped. Like, for example, there's a thing with Seinfeld where George's father used to scream in this very interesting way, where George would be like, I'm dying, Jerry, and then like George's father would be like, he'd do this thing where he'd be like, you went down to the store, George, are you gonna run? He'd scream up. It was the funniest thing in the world. He'd be like, you gotta get the sound from the store. He'd scream up. It was so funny. So I took that concept and I thought, how funny would it be if a Russian person did that? And they said, what the hell? And so I used to do this all the time. I'd be like, what the hell? And so I'd be like, we'd be like out and somebody would drop like a dish or something and be like, what the hell? And I'd just go up and say, what the hell? And go up. And so Brian started trying to be like, what the hell? And then after I was like, I never want to do it again. But so I don't even know how I got to this, but the point is we do all these crazy things, right? And I'm in the elevator with Brian, and one of the crazy things, you hear Joanne do it all the time, that I used to do is a really funny fart noise. And it's not like I'm like, it's almost my trumpet sound, because I could play the trumpet. And that's basically how jokingly, sometimes I'll play vocally trumpet while I'm playing guitar or whatever. But so when I do a toot, it's this weird little, like, you're sitting in a room and you're it's just like one of those little funny little trumpet sounding toots, And so that Brian always loved that. He'd try to do it. He'd be like, brr. And so we're in this elevator. And when he looks at me like this, I'm like, okay, he wants me to make the noise. And so before I could even make the noise, he goes, dude, you farted on the elevator. And everybody kind of looked around because there was no noise at all. And he just kind of looked around like, what? And I was like, dude, you destroyed the bit. The bit was, let me make the noise first, and then you go, dude, you farted on the elevator. And then it's like, oh, you're a pig, and it would have been hilarious. Anyway, it wasn't executed properly. So what do? I decided 16 years later to actually bring it to life. How about that?
And that was where you just saw the Pope one, but this is the original one. I'm just going to show it to you quickly. And by quickly, I mean whatever. It's about 6 minutes long, but it's hilarious. It's so freaking funny. And again, not easy to do this. This is not easy, but this is what I do best, which is live in the moment.
Save on gifts.
This
for love
happened,
at
as you'll tell, you can see, because this is actually, you'll see the before and after here. I literally show you how I'm doing this live. Here we go. Guys on TikTok, you got to head over to YouTube to see this. Mark Inspires. Link in bio. Hey, how you doing? What's up? Not much.
Hi, boys. How are you?
Like your shirt. Star Wars.
It is a nice shirt, isn't it? Oh my goodness. Did you?
Is that you?
It was clearly you. Oh my.
Did he just fart on the elevator?
Yes, he just farted on the elevator.
Disgusting.
Totally. Oh my goodness. Get away. Just get away from us. You're terrible. That smelly butt. Do you mind if I get closer to you? I'm sorry.
Hey, how you doing? What's up? Not much.
Hey, how's it going there, fellas?
Your shirt. Star Wars.
Star Wars. What are you, a little 7-year-old? How dare you? Are you kidding? Did you just...
Is that you?
You're about to get an elbow in the fotch. You can't fart.
Did he just fart
on
in
the
the elevator?
Yeah, he just farted in the elevator. I'm gonna stand closer to you. Disgusting is right. You're a pig. You ever been elbowed in the fotch? How dare you?
Hey, how you doing? What's up? Not much.
Excuse me. How you doing?
Like your shirt. Star Wars.
I'm not wearing a Star Wars shirt. What are you talking? Oh, him. Whatever. Are you freaking... Did you just...
Is that you?
It was you. Are you kidding? You want an elbow in the fotch?
Did he just fart on the elevator?
Yeah, he just farted on the... How dare you? It's disgusting is right. I can't think of you. You can fart on the elbow. I'm gonna kick this guy. What are we doing over here?
Hey, how you doing? What's up? Not much.
Hi,
Like your
boys.
shirt. Star Wars.
He does have a nice shirt. Oh my goodness. Did you just?
Is that you?
It was not. It was clearly you. Are you kidding me? You farted on the elevator?
The elevator?
Yes, he just farted. Right. You're disgusting. I'm sorry. Do you mind if I get closer to you? This guy's gross. Get away. I'm gonna call the super.
Hey, how you doing? What's up?
Oh, hold the
much?
door. Hold the door. Can you push 8 for me? Thank you.
Like your shirt. Star Wars.
Thank you. Oh, him. Okay. Oh my goodness. Are you? Are you? No, it was you. It was him. Are you?
Did he just fart on the elevator?
Yeah, he just farted right in the elevator. You're disgusting. Get the hell away from us. I'm gonna get close to you. Do you mind? You're a pig. Freaking rock and roller.
Hey, how you doing? What's up? Not much. Like your shirt. Star Wars.
Gentlemen.
Is that you?
What? The freaking elevator
Did he
vibrated.
just fart on the elevator?
Yeah, this guy, seismic, over here. What did you eat? What the hell? Oh, are you kidding me? You're freaking gross, dude. Okay.
That's my favorite part right there.
Rock and roller. How dare you? Hold on now, man. You gonna hang out elevator style? Alva, how you doing? Holy cow, guys. Out of my mind is what happens here. I'll tell you what, I almost didn't do that last clip because D said that he was over it. I'm sorry, D. You over it? You didn't get that last bit. E, you didn't get that last bit. If I didn't do that last bit, you wouldn't get the last
bit, you don't get the last bit. It's funny. It was like someone in the chat was like, "Can we do another bit now? Can we move on, play a song or something?" And it's like almost like that guy who was in here earlier, like telling me to move to the thing he wants to see. It's like, no, dude, I'll do. I actually should have let that play. I went into that on him, and I was like, I should play that real quick, you guys. Just see here.
The Zuma Keys Land and Sea Park is basically a 22 by 8 mile stretch of protect.
Like, I gotta say how I feel. And this one gets there.
Yeah. You came back.
Hold on, here we go.
D. Doing freaking takes. It worked to 23.
This is Dick Facce, by the way. This is my original
How
version.
dare yo try to navigate the show? You can't do that. No. I'll do 50 million takes. How dare yo? 5,623 takes in a row. You went. It worked tomorrow. You had it sandwich. Came back, still doing freaking takes. I'm sorry. D. I'm sorry. You went to work. You raised your children. You took them to school, right? Parochial, elementary, middle school. Started freshman year, right? You came back. I'm still freaking doing takes. I'm still working my craft. I'm sorry.
Oh, you go to college. Your kid goes to college and comes home. I'm still doing takes. You want me to move on? Oh, freaking A, that kills me. There's so many insane things that took place here. I wrote a song as Dick Facce. It's on one of my albums. It's called the How Dare You song. And at the end, there's a rap where Dick Facce raps about, and then like this Frank Sinatra bit as Dick Facce was totally nuts. Oh, goodness, you know? So many crazy things happen here. This is a rabbit hole show. It's funny. I don't know if I'm not sure if that word is considered a negative word or not, but I think it is a positive word. When you, for me, it is. If someone came across this program and saw 3,600 pieces of content and a never-ending like array of content, it's not just like 3,600 songs or 3,600 pieces of comedy. It's like I've done every game show. All of them. They're all on my channel. Wheel of Fortune, Press Your Luck. I did them all. They're all there. I even did, what's the one with Gene Rayburn? Whose Line Is It Anyway? I did it. Whose Line Is It Anyway? I've done it all. Price is Right. Wheel of Fortune. Family Feud. Steve Markey. I was there with the Milkays. Shark Tank. I was on an episode of Shark Tank. Full episode. That one's nuts. I did an episode, a parody of the, it's an homage really of Scammer Payback. It's basically I get scammed by Scammer Payback and I'm trying to steal money from him. And basically, this is my favorite thing about that bit. It's the first time you hear Joanne. I'm interacting with her. I always interact with her, but it's the first time you hear her wheezing. I did the wheezing in between, and so I was like, wow, we're onto something with that. And then on top of that, if you've ever seen any of the Scammer Payback content, what happens is he challenges these scammers, and then they start abusing him. They think it's an old lady, and they'll be like, you motherfucker, are you a piece of shit? Well, are you kidding me? What, are you stupid? They'll say this stuff to like Scammer Payback. That's some old lady. Are you a freaking moron? They'll say to her, all this stuff, right? And so when I am playing the scammer and I'm on with this person that I think is Judy, I'm doing the same stuff. I said a lot of the same things they say to Scammer Payback. So it's one of the funniest homages in the history of time. But it wasn't written. I had no idea I was going to do it. I didn't decide to do X, Y, or Z. I just started it and we just ended and we created a 14-minute piece of crazy gold. This is like one of the best pieces of comedy. And it's a good episode too. Like, I don't swear, so most times, there's a few times I'll throw a little, no whammies. Yeah, Johnny, I got the press your luck out there with no whammies for sure. I think the press your luck one is one of my movies, right, guys? Which one is it? Press Your Luck, I think, is in Three's Company, The Breakup Artist, I want to say. It's on the channel, though, guys. It's all there. We also did a Love Connection. I did it all. I've done every single game show, I think. I'm pretty sure. I didn't do Who Wants to Be a Millionaire or anything like that, but I did all the old school ones that we all saw when we were kids. Press Your Luck is one I always wanted to do as Gene DeMarkin. We put my name into anything and everything. Back to the Future, Mark, just so you guys know, my 9th feature film. Characters I play, besides being Future Mark from the year 2769. This is on YouTube for free, by the way. You should watch it. It's goofy as all hell. I'm Marxist. I split the Red Sea. I didn't get any credit for it. Okay? That's where we start. Mark Jellin, when I circumnavigated the globe, and then they were just like, let's let Magellan take that one. And then, of course, I had my time with music in the past, not just now. But when I was Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, and I did it, that was a good day, But then same thing, he had scurvy, and they're like, Mozart's got it pretty bad with scurvy. Do you mind if he takes your beautiful works of art and we just scrape your name off? We'll white out it. We're going to create something called whiteout so we can 1777 it, scrape off your name and put Mozart. We're giving him the credit. Mozart, the guy with 2 freaking left hands. That guy. Hackaroo. He doesn't play Mary Had a Little Lamb. That's it. Mozart. He's a mongoloid too. Inbred. Sure. Give Mozart my works. Of course, took a pit stop, and I got to work, on the ceiling. Mark, what was it again? Michelangelo. That's right, I forgot. When I had that moment where I'm touching the hands of God, human God, touching fingers. That was a little bit of the genius of Michelangelo, Pretty good stuff. What's that, Joanne? Joanne, I'm sorry. I can't hear you over the waves. Gosh almighty, Joanne! Joanne! The tutor! Of course, nothing was better than when I had a chance to do it. Sitting there, I had a hand, like a very, very still hand at the time. Leonardo da Vinci when I was there, and all of a sudden they were like, "Hey, we want you to do that special work of art of my aunt." Your aunt? What? You want me to do a painting of your aunt? Yeah, her name's Mona. Mona? It's a dumb name. No, it's Mona Lisa. Oh. That's cool, I guess. Have her come on down. Ooh, wait, I don't have any rouge. I guess I have to go murder somebody. You guys didn't know, but Leonardo da Vinci was a murderer. He had to get red somehow, right? How do you expect him to paint without rouge? Original serial killers. We're thinking about doing a series here called Serial Killers You Didn't Know. Look, Leonardo da Vinci, when he did it, they used to fear Leonardo. Like, sending people down the street, only 2 come back. Where is it? But Leonardo's got a work of art. He's got a gem coming out next week. It was good stuff. Back to Michelangelo, though. Michelangelo. It was a special day. When they, you did all of the crafting. I got through it, and I got the handout, and then I had to craft the balls. You know, when you do it with the David, Michelangelo doing the David, that was a good one. You know, but then of course you guys know the church. They came in. Like I finished the fingers touching God. They're Michelangelo touching the hand of God, and then all of a sudden the Pope comes in. He's like, yeah, "This is a good. You can't take the credit. We got to give it to Michelangelo." I'm like, "Freaking Michelangelo, the guy with one arm. You give it to the one-armed bandit." It's unreal. Squid Game's next. Not a bad idea he plays. Maybe I should do a Squid Games comedy on the green screen. Playing 97 people. I haven't seen that, and that's probably why I didn't do it. Like I only do things that I've seen. I did Coming to America. I did a Coca-Cola scene where I'm like ripping someone up at the Coca-Cola place. Supermarket shopping spree. It's like every single thing here has just been totally more nuts than the thing before. Jurassic Mark. I've done it all, guys. Stuck on Mars, that's one of my other movies. But they're such goofy movies. Don't expect like to see Shakespeare, guys. These are live improvised movies, but they're full movies that have been improvised. That's not easy to do. To have something coherently go. Yeah, maybe I say the word freak too much. I gotta stop doing that. Like when I do my movies from now on, I'm taking that out. Like a freaking this, freaking that, because I don't swear. So it's like that's the crutch. And it's funny to use every once in a while, but when I do it all the time, it's like, oh, fuck. I got to go back and edit all my movies and take that out because now it's like something I'm recognizing. I didn't recognize it before. But going forward, I'm going to be cognizant. You probably hear it. I don't say it much anymore. I'm trying not to because it's a crutch. Yeah, I'm trying to find a word, so I'll say the word freaking. It's no good. I'd rather just look at you and not say a thing. I don't want to go, I want to go, I try not to do any of that stuff. You guys may be able to tell, but I'm pretty focused about when I'm here with you guys in general. I don't throw a lot of ums and ahs out there. I'm pointed, and if I have to look at the screen and think about a word, I'm going to do that. So, Sistine Chapel. That's what we were doing. Sistine Chapel in it. Guys, an hour, 38 minutes. We went well beyond the 1 hour threshold that we had in mind. I hope you'll join me tomorrow when we do it all over again. We're 5 days? 5 days away from 1,800 days in a row, guys. Who's joining me? Seriously, like, who's joining me for the 1,800th day in a row? Like, that's a big deal. Nobody's ever done it before. 1,800 days in a row, long form. Live creation. Hope to see you tomorrow when we do it again. Until then, let me say goodnight to you. On TikTok, I got user 7235, and I got Purple Heart. Purple Heart's kicking it with me with a T. Right? And Myra, Renteria DePay. You rock. Myra, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Head over to YouTube, fam and friends. Make sure you join the awesome community over here. This is a group of people that comes out every day to support me, and the more the merrier. When we build it out, positivity is what should be ruling, and unfortunately, evil rules the moment. So let's see if we can change that together. Until tomorrow, let me go over here and say goodnight to the fam and friends. I guess I'm ending the poll. I did it. Oh, goodness. Bradley Smith, Leisure number 7, S-Coop, and if anybody else is out there doing a lurkaroo, I appreciate you. I will see you tomorrow. Oh, until then, Joanne, do you have anything to say? Joanne, stop the wheezing back there. Unreal. Joanne, come on. See you tomorrow. You got to go away, Oh, have a good night. You got to go